true believers, welcome to the third episode of the Entertainment Buddha Tubecast, where we talk about everything and anything related to the small screen, because why not? Especially since our mission statement is we make you a better geek, one post at a time. I'm not going to say any spoilers. With me, as always, is Anna.
Hi.
We also have our Commander-in-Chief, Matt.
10-4, good buddy.
All Wings reporting in. And we also have joining us for the first time, Mr. Keith.
Hey, how's it going?
We're all here. We're all ready. Skype's cooperating finally, so now we'll light the torch for the third episode of the Entertainment Bootcast. So today, one of the big topics we'll be talking about is the new PlayStation exclusive show Powers. Perhaps we'll discuss shows being exclusive to certain avenues like Netflix or PlayStation Network. But just to get a glimpse of what we're all enjoying right now, Anna, what are you enjoying right now on television? What's your guilty pleasure?
I don't really have any guilty pleasures right now.
Are you in like binge mode, catching up on something on Netflix?
Yeah, I've been watching Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Ooh, good choice.
And
Joss Whedon, nice.
I gotta say, like the storyline between Buffy and Angel for like the first two seasons was good. I mean, I never watched it growing up, so I wasn't like head over heels all over the whole thing, and it was like pretty good writing. But then like after that, it just got kind of like corny. But I'm really enjoying the show though, because it's different for what it was at the time. So
yeah, it's Joss Whedon. Who wouldn't enjoy it? You're getting amped up for Avengers 2. I like it.
Wasn't Pee Wee Herman in that show?
he was in the movie.
My man.
As Pee Wee Herman or just Paul Rubens?
No.
Well, who the hell knows him as Paul Rubens? Come on. Isn't there a new Pee Wee movie coming out? I saw something about it this week.
Yeah, Joseph Gordon-Levitt's in it, right?
Yeah. Fantastic.
I'm just kidding. No, the big thing with him is apparently he's in Fraggle Rock, the movie.
Oh.
Which is a thing.
Is that going to be live action? I mean, how are we going to deal with that one? I mean, it was a cool, like, Sesame Street type of show from what I remember, but I don't know how you turn it into a live action film.
Well, they did it as a cartoon, too, but even that, it's like, just do the puppets or get the fuck out.
Puppets for the win.
Exactly. Matt, what are you watching?
Oh, dude, I'm all over the place. I've caught up on Arrow now, so I checked that out last night, so I'm fully caught up on that. Flash, I'm probably 3 or 4 behind, but liking what I've seen so far, although
yeah, you will.
It has been somewhat easy to guess some of the major twists. Not that I want to talk about many of them, but I kind of figured out who the Reverse Flash was before the big reveal. So outside of that, I'm really interested in looking into the 100 that's also on the CW. It looks like a show I'd get into. It's kind of Mad Max-ish. I think they like leave it from, humans as always blow the fuck out of Earth and they have to leave, and they left people there, and then they come back hundreds of years later and try to interact with the people that fled and those who stayed on the ground. So we got that. And then, Better Call Saul. How can you not keep up with that one?
That show's so good. So good. Keith, what are you watching?
Bunch of different stuff, actually. I feel like I'm one of maybe 10 people who didn't watch all of season 3 of House of Cards within the first 24 hours. So I'm doing that, as well as Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, which is fantastic. It's like better than I could have hoped, as well as kind of finishing up this Sunday night's going to be the last episode of the season of HBO's Girls, which I'm weirdly a fan of. Like, I know people like to hate on it.
That show's so good, though.
It's pretty freaking awesome. And
didn't Brian Williams' daughter get her asshole licked this season? Or like eaten out?
Yeah, that was the first shot of this season.
Yeah, very first episode. Yeah, first shot. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Where do you go from there?
Well, I mean,
exactly.
This is the 4th season?
Yeah, this is season 4.
Okay, the 3rd season, though, they make Adam do some pretty, like, horrendous stuff to this girl that it's it made me like, oh, like why am I watching this? But it's so good.
No, I've heard it's great. I mean, Stern talks about it all the time. He's a big fan. There's so much shit to watch, right, guys?
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Yeah. But I sit there and watch it and think, man, I cannot wait to see Adam Driver in Star Wars.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, and it was interesting at first when they cast him in Star Wars, but then I'm like, look how like good he is at just like that crazy angry guy, but then he can be sweet and nurturing, and then he can just be like very, very dramatic. I'm like, he's like pretty good at that.
Yeah.
So.
Do we know who he's playing yet, or is he one of the secret guys?
I think he's one of the secret guys.
Maybe he's under the robe.
He's not Kylo Ren.
I don't know. I've been a terrible Star Wars fan, and I haven't
Matt, quit trying to spoil it
over every single detail yet.
I mean, it's. I look at it this way. I had obviously grew up with it in the 80s. Huge fan. Then the prequels came out, and it almost killed it for me. So I've been slowly getting back into the groove of being a Star Wars junkie. But now in my older, wiser age, I'm not all about the spoilers like I used to. I'm going to go in pretty blind.
Right.
Yeah, but now we got 20 books we have to read to catch up with.
Are they going to be crucial? I mean, are they filling in plot points from 6 to 7, or is it just filler?
Well, I mean, there's some that's going to be the filler from 6 to 7, and then a lot of it's just kind of universe building, because they pretty much said everything that they've written is out, and now whatever these 20 books make up is the expanded universe.
Okay.
Well, yeah, it's the cartoons now and the movies. That's the only thing that counts, right?
Yep.
Which the cartoons aren't half bad, honestly. I mean, Star Wars Rebels is pretty good. I like the Clone Wars, too.
I was a huge fan of the Clone Wars micro series.
Those were... what was his name? Genndy
Tartakovsky. That was... Oh, my God, that was so good.
Yeah, those were definitely ace. Big time.
Well, now that we got all our sort of riff-raff out of the way, let's jump right into our main topic of discussion for tonight. So the comic book Powers was adapted to a PlayStation exclusive television series with the same name, Powers, that stars Sharlto Copley.
Is it Copley? Have we decided on Copley?
Yeah, that's good enough for me.
I've been pondering it myself. I love his first name, but I don't know if it's Copley or Copley.
Copley, yeah, Sharlto Copley. He's the title character, and essentially, it's kind of like a Watchmen-esque world in which people with superpowers exist, and the main character is one of the police detectives at a precinct that specifically takes care of people with superhuman abilities. It's called the Powers Division, and so. We learned in the first episode, which is free, the only one which is free, that he used to be a super himself, but he lost his powers, and, hijinks ensue. So has everybody seen the first episode at least?
Yes.
No.
Check.
Just the first
episode. What are your thoughts? Oh, yeah.
Are there more? Have they released all of them?
Yeah, it was
they're up to
5.
Well, they're doing... Yeah, they're not doing like the typical like Netflix dump. They're doing it one each week. So I think they're up to either 4 or 5 so far, but now they're going to release one each week.
Because I have no fucking clue what you just said.
So what do you think? First episode, first thoughts.
Well, we were kind of bullshitting about it in Skype today, but honestly... I don't know if the casting's right. I don't even know if the writing's right. I'm not going to say I hated it, but it's one of those deals. If I had to pay for it, or if I wasn't already paying my PS Plus membership, I don't know if I'd care if I missed the next episodes.
I would have to agree with you. It very little about it, other than the fact that Eddie Izzard's involved, really kind of caught
it's pretty star-studded
attention. And I don't know, man. That. The first couple minutes, I felt like the production value was really bad and super cheesy, and I could not get into it.
I've seen better special effects on YouTube videos, from Freddie Wong and Quarter Digital and those guys, and so yeah. I mean, like you said, the moment you see those guys flying in the air, and you're like, "What the fuck is this?"
Yeah, dude.
Well, especially at that scene at the end, like that just looked pretty terrible too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it looked like 1979 or 8 Superman when he's sitting, you know, any flying shot of Superman holding Lois Lane. That's exactly what that looked like.
Yeah.
Except it's 2015.
Mm-hmm. Not quite with the times. Yeah, you're right. There's something that's not clicking with the show. And yeah, Matt, you and I were talking. We don't really like Charlton as the main character. It just doesn't seem like a nice fit for him. I like the partner. I think she's a good fit. Everybody else, I'm not really too keen about.
Yeah, I mean, I love the guy. Obviously, he's Neil Blomkamp's homie. I mean, he puts him in every movie he makes, and I think he's a talented actor. There's something about this role and him trying to do the American accent, which is very tough for that Southern African to kind of get rid of. But I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to shit on Charlton. He's got to do what he's given. But
Aiden Pierce, Watch Dogs, growl.
Oh yeah. His diamond character.
I mean, it's Brian Michael Bendis. So, I mean, he's done some really rad stuff. He's done Ultimate Spider-Man. He's done Avengers. He's doing the X-Men right now. So, I mean, I have faith that the source material's there. It's just, I don't know. It just doesn't feel like they're giving it the full court press. But I mean, it is their first foray into television, which is, you know, it's a weird fit.
Yeah, I mean, I think Keith hit the nail on the head. It's just the production value's off.
I mean, do you think that's because it's PlayStation that they don't know what goes into a TV show? Like they haven't.
Well, it says from the same studio's Breaking Bad. So I mean, the studio, they're the one usually fronting cash.
Woof.
Yeah, PlayStation's just a distribution model.
I think maybe they just don't know what to expect. I think it's just kind of like any show when they start. Their budget is probably relatively small, and if you know enough people watch it and they come around for a second season, then those special effects will probably get better.
Yeah, I mean it's borderline chintzy though. Like I said, I mean there's 10-year-old kids in their basements doing better VFX work.
You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of like early reboot, like Doctor Who. Like it's kind of that where they're. No, I'm not saying that as like a pejorative, but it's like you watch those first ones with Christopher Eccleston.
Yeah,
it's kind of like it's not like they're putting like big production with it. It's more like can we succeed with this?
Mm-hmm.
Like that's just what it feels like. But yeah Matt, you're right. I mean, I don't have PlayStation Plus, and I'm definitely not paying for this.
I didn't even know there was more episodes out. I may just do it for fun. I mean, it's something I can have on the background when I'm playing Star Wars Commander on my iPad or something.
Right.
or SimCity Build It.
Yeah, but then you'll get to the part where somebody has to give fellatio to get superpowers, and then you'll be like, what happened?
See that? I mean, I did kind of like the gritty take they were going for. I mean, they're obviously going for a much more over-the-top superhero show on TV. I mean, it's very, very gory. I mean, and pretty graphic, you know, the bodies in the morgue and all that shit. And then obviously, yeah, that part where it's a known fact that women or other people,
boys too,
blow. Boys, whoever, they blow superheroes to get like a high from their jizz. So, I mean, that's pretty far out for a show, I guess. That's not like Lady Chatterley on HBO or something.
So, Anna, what do you think? As somebody who hasn't seen it, do you have a lot of interest? Are you going to...
Not now.
But wait, the most interesting part is getting to see a woman blow a guy for like superhero jizz. Why not?
Well, they don't show it. They just talk about it.
Yeah, it's kind of like off panel.
Like I didn't even know that was even being developed, which shows how much interest I have in it.
Did you read the books?
Nope.
Yeah, me neither.
I mean, I haven't.
I didn't even know there were books. To be honest with you, I had no clue. I thought he was doing this specifically for Sony.
I have a stack of comic books that are probably like a good 6 months old that I have not even read. So
yeah, you're preaching to the choir on that one.
Yeah,
it's like a video game backlog. It just keeps growing. We don't ever make a dent.
Yeah,
that's why I've avoided getting into comic books hardcore. I'll just buy the little Funko Pop toys.
That's what trade paperbacks are for, man.
Yeah.
I would love to. I mean, I really would. I always loved the comic book world. I just
pick one series and stick with it, and that's it.
I tried. I mean, when the DC did the New 52, I'm like, all right, this is a good time to jump in, and I still just you get overwhelmed. Overwhelmed, man. I mean, I was digging the Justice League, and then I was also liking the Man of Steel.
Or what you could do is just buy the volumes that come out, which is like 5 issues, and then just wait till the next volume comes out, and then you won't feel so inclined to.
All right, so you guys are stressing me out. Stop it. I already have so many damn games to play.
I mean, there's different options that you could do.
I'm not going to do it.
Dude, I'm in love, but Batman Eternal has been wrecking me for this last year. It's a freaking weekly book, and we're on week 50 right now. And thank God that the 1 year run is almost over, because I can't afford to keep spending $2.99 on a book every single week.
Yeah, but now we know who's done it all.
I just picked up my stuff yesterday from like the last 3 weeks, so I haven't read it yet.
I know. I just read it probably like 20 minutes before we started this. Yeah, so I mean, we'll touch on this a little later, but I don't know that making a TV show exclusive on PlayStation is the right avenue.
I mean, what's the angle here? I mean, it really only benefits Sony, if anything, but I don't think anyone's going to buy a PlayStation piece of hardware for Powers.
No, and it's even weirder because I think that people who play video games are sort of like in the right demo. It's like you're appealing to your demographic. You're not. I don't feel like they're trying to bring other people in by offering this only on PlayStation.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, I mean, PS Plus already has so much value. I don't need something like this to sell me on that. I mean, the fact that I know every month I can get 6 games across the Vita, the PS3, and the PS4, that's worth it right there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I'm definitely not getting PlayStation Plus for this. The pilot was enough. I don't think I'm going to buy.
Oh, you got to do it for the games, man.
Like, seriously, the games.
Listen,
no joke.
Listen, Anna, your comic book backlog, that's exactly what mine looks like. I've only got so much time.
All right, all is fair.
But they're free games. You could just let them sit there. As long as you're a PlayStation Plus member.
That's what I do. I mean, even if I don't want the game, I still download it so I know I have it just in case.
Oh, dude, just use the add library function.
Mm-hmm.
So, that way you don't even have to download it. But, if you ever want to play Stick It to the Man one day, you can.
Yep. It's true.
That's how we do. How we do. And speaking of how we do, people in Alexandria were doing some shenanigans last Sunday on Walking Dead. So Keith, everybody, if you haven't seen the last Walking Dead, just get out now. Just leave Alexandria right now, because there's going to be tons.
Spoiler alert.
Tons.
Lag alert.
True that.
So do we want to go in like show order, like all the shit that happens?
I mean, do you want to talk about that, or?
Considering it's hard to even hear what you're saying, I say we just zero in on the latest episode.
So the last episode, they go on a run because they need something.
Well, they needed a power cell, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just go to the Radio Shack. Oh, too soon?
Oh.
So the guys from Alexandria are complete dummies, and the one guy, I don't know his name, he shoots a zombie that's dressed up in riot gear and detonates.
Yeah, Aiden's Deanna's kid. So Deanna, she's like the boss of Alexandria.
Yeah, so Aiden shoots an explosive like a dummy, and that goes off. So then he gets like a couple of things sticking through him, so he's bleeding pretty bad. Tara is out for the count.
I'm sorry, she just should be permanently out for the count.
You're not feeling Tara, Anna? You don't like that?
Nope, she's stupid.
Well, who would you rather have, her or the other one? I can't remember her name. The one that knocks boots with Contra.
Rosita.
Rosita. I would probably want to have her because she can really hold her own versus like little Miss Scaredy Pants who doesn't know how to do a thing. And then all of a sudden is telling Eugene, you got to man up. Bitch, please. You didn't even man up when like the governor was there and you didn't even know like what side you were on. And all of a sudden you're telling someone else to man up.
Preach.
And like now she's like knocked out and it's like, oh, what's going to happen to Tara? She should have died. That's what should have happened.
Oh my God. I think Anna's president of the Tara Haters Club.
Are you like trolling her Twitter and
what do you guys think?
I just don't like her. I'm sorry. She's just a useless character. And
so when the actress is on Talking Dead, do you start throwing shit at the TV or something?
No, but I mean, she's even annoying when she's talking. I'm just like, what are you even doing here? Go away.
See, I feel that same amount of vitriol towards Gabriel. I've hated that motherfucker since the day he joined the show. And I'm like, I knew I always knew that this guy was going to do something shady, and then we just saw it.
Yeah, well, speaking of, Gabriel was saying to Deanna that he doesn't feel like Rick's group is a bunch of good people. Yeah, but guess what, Gabriel? Somebody overheard you, and snitches get stitches.
What?
Damn straight. You get shivved by Maggie.
So he's out.
Throat.
Yeah, I mean, he's, I don't know. I think he's looking at it maybe from like a religious standpoint, of course. Like, Rick and the group, they're false light.
He's a bitch. He is a little bitch.
But even, and again, like, I just don't.
Yeah, but what's his original sin? Like with the church, and they had that writing on the.
Because
he locked everyone outside and watched them die.
He left everyone to die. Like that was his big sin, and then that was like the writing. Like you're gonna what was the writing on the church?
You'll burn. Was it you'll burn for this?
Yeah, you'll burn.
Yeah,
for your sins
something like that. Because that's what he did. Like. He wasn't even man enough to open the doors to let people in to maybe have a chance to survive. He just let them all die.
I almost thought he was on their side when they were all sitting on the side of the road eating dog.
Oh hell! No.
Even took off his priest collar, but then they start the episode with him last week, and he's in the church. You're like, all right, so what is this asshole going to do this episode? Because you always know. Whoever they start with is usually going to be something. They're going to be involved in one of the major plot points in that particular episode. And sure enough, he comes in at the end and basically throws Rick and everyone under the bus like a punk.
Yeah, we should have known. We should have known that Noah was going to have something happen to him because he was going to be on Talking Dead after this episode. And guess what?
Well, that's the assumption every single time. If a cast member is going to be on Talking Dead, it's because they're going to die.
Well.
Sometimes they're right, sometimes they're not. Yeah.
The best part of the episode, I think we should all agree on this, is the fact that their party wagon played techno the whole time, and then Eugene used it to save Glenn there at the end. I thought that was great.
Yeah.
So push comes to shove, and who's the other guy? Not Aiden. Who's the other?
Oh,
Nicholas or something. Yeah, he's the guy that got Noah killed, and boy did Noah get fucking killed, huh? I mean, he got fish hooked, and then literally ripped his whole face open. I was like, this is fantastic.
And it's funny because like the first thing that I'm thinking of is what is it, like Night of the Living Dead, when when the guy's being ripped apart.
Oh yeah, like, it was right on that level.
I was like, yes.
Same when Aiden basically is like, forget about me, we suck, we always let our group die. That's why we blow. And then they literally sit there and feast on his intestines like a bowl of spaghetti for a good 30 seconds. I mean,
and it's been a while since we've seen like some
super
gruesome stuff, and I was like, oh, okay, this is the Walking Dead I like. Come on, bring it back. Like, let's go.
I'm demented like that.
Yeah.
What'd you think of that Noah one though? That was
probably the goriest one this season, at least.
Yeah. That for sure was gory, and the fact that Glenn, like, there was nowhere for Glenn to go.
Oh yeah, he just had to watch it like 2 feet from his face.
Like, it was absolutely horrible. I mean, it was a gruesome death, but it was an absolutely horrible moment on the show, and I wish it was Tara.
So my question is, okay, so the situation is Nicholas is stuck on one side of a revolving door, and Glenn and Noah are stuck on the other side, and there's zombies on both sides. And then Eugene rolls up in the turtle wagon playing techno, and then they all follow him. Why don't you just like run really fast, and then Nicholas gets out the one side and then you just turn the door really quickly so you can get out the other side? Or am I thinking too logically?
You're probably thinking it's like real life, but I think there were zombies. But I mean, there were zombies in the revolving doors with them, from what I can remember.
It was on the outside, like they were like in the middle, but they were on the inside of the building, and then they were on the outside.
Well, I'm with you, Justin. I was like, whatever. I mean, obviously, it was just a plot tool to get him fucking killed.
I mean, I thought that the guy from Alexandria, like when he was trying to get out, I was like, oh, his arm or his leg or something is going to get caught and he's totally going to die. And this is so predictable.
That's what I thought.
And then...
Yeah, I thought they were going to shove the door and his arm was going to fall off or something.
But then when it was the other way around and it was like Noah and he's just like, don't let go, but then like there's nothing to do but let go. It's like, oh man, this is not good.
He had an honorable death. I mean, they always kill the main guys pretty fantastically, and he went out pretty hardcore. So,
well, also we should have figured it out because earlier in the episode he wants to become like an important member. Right. It's like, this big character moment.
I did like that at the end where he saw his journal and just had that first entry. Like, this is the beginning or something. That's The Walking Dead for you. No matter how much you feel like things may be turning around, something's always going to knock you back down to the ground.
Yeah,
that's a wrap right there.
They're really racking up a body count
this season.
Do you guys think there's 2 episodes left? How many more do you think will get killed, or you think we're done with the deaths for now?
No, we're not done. Gabriel's out.
I don't think we're anywhere near that.
And where do you think the whole Alexandria thing's going to be resolved by the last episode? As far as, is Rick's group just going to do what they do and take over, or does Deanna actually have something up her sleeve that they've been planning all along?
I wouldn't be surprised if they make it out of Alexandria at least by maybe the halfway point of the season finale. And then they kind of end it where they set you up for, I don't even know what his name is, but oh my God,
the guy that's been following him.
Negme, or I don't.
I know who you're talking about. Morgan.
Well, maybe Morgan. Yeah, I mean, they might bring him back. I was just thinking about him, but they might set him. I mean, they might set up for like the next group of people that are supposed to be like really crazy and do really messed up things. So, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they just set you up and leave you on a cliffhanger for what's coming up. What's already happened in the comic books, of course.
I think the only thing they can do is that Rick and them take over, and then we go into the beginning next season where they're basically keeping Deanna's group in, almost servitude, or the shit hits the fan and Alexandria gets overrun by walkers. I mean, I think it can only go one of those 2 ways. I don't think it's going to be Deanna in charge by season 6.
What is it? And with Abraham. When they're out there and they're doing the construction, they were fixing the wall. Is that what they were doing?
Well, they're going to expand it.
Expansion.
Okay. Yeah.
And then like all of that stuff happens with the walkers and like they were just ready to go. And then he's just like, hell no. Like you could just see like pure joy just come over him. And he's like, yeah, like I live for this. It's like, oh.
Well, yeah, I'm glad you brought that up because if you notice all of Rick's group, I mean, they're trying to assimilate here, but you can see anytime they have a chance to get violent, they get excited
jump on
because that's what they're used to. I mean, that's why Deanna supposedly brought them in to toughen everyone up, but it's probably going to kind of do a 360 on her and they're going to take over and take their shit. So.
When the guy went back
360 turn
and he was talking to Deanna and he's like, yeah, Abraham should be the new leader because I was just ready to like go and leave them there, but not him. Like he fought and it's, I don't know.
I think that's going to come back. I think that's going to be like the tiebreaker because they're going to get back Glenn and Eugene and them. And they're going to find out that Aiden's dead. They're going to find out that Noah's dead. So Rick's group's going to get pissed off. Deanna's group's going to get pissed off. Something's going to happen. And then those guys are going to be like, no, they know what they're doing. Abraham, their whole group, they know how to take charge. We should just put our faith in them. And then probably Rick's group just overruns the whole thing.
Yeah, but even Carol and Rick. I mean, even with the whole, what's his name? What, Pete? Is that the...
Oh, Carol's going to kill him.
Carol is the best character at this point. I mean, she went from a battered woman to now she is a badass
straight
woman.
Up.
Yeah, but she was Susie Homemaker for 2
she
episodes.
She chews out that kid that basically scares the shit out of him. And then she's like, yo, this guy's beating his wife and kid. I want him dead. It's like, all right.
That like, if I'm going to like gain any parenting skills from anyone, it's her. It's like, listen, you shut up. Because you're not going to be there when you wake up in the morning, so you stop it.
That was a good one. I did like that.
Go steal me some chocolate and shut it down.
That was awesome. But it's just, I like how she goes to Rick and she tells him like what's going on, and then like what she's going to say. You know she's going to say that we have to kill him, but it's like the build up to it, and then when she's like. When she actually says it, we have to kill him. And then you just see that look on his face. It's not like a look of excitement. It's just kind of like, I know.
Here we go. Yep, here we go.
Yeah, Rick's going to say, listen, if you want to kill him, if you think he needs to be killed, you kill him. And then they're going to, have another fresh grave that they need to dig.
Yeah, because they dig so many all the time now. It's insane.
There's 2 episodes left. Shit's gonna happen.
Oh yeah.
But I don't want them to go like outside Alexandria because I'm tired of this story. Unfortunately,
it's like it's not quite like the farm, but I mean it's almost like they spent too much time there.
Yeah,
I thought season 2 was a complete down.
Well, that was way too long. At the farm.
Yeah, that sucked.
But
it looked beautiful burning down.
Yeah, that's true.
It's been a great season so far. I think season 5 is maybe the best. I mean, season 4, 5, they're both right up there.
Season 5 for sure.
Yeah. I mean, you got that and you got Better Call Saul. I mean, AMC's hitting homers. Home runs.
So far behind on that.
AMC can't seem to lose. I haven't watched all their series. I wasn't into Mad Men and some of the other stuff they're doing.
Did you watch Turn?
No, I'm seeing the second season previews coming through, and it does look somewhat interesting, but I skipped it. Might have to be like a Netflix binger one time.
Ooh, Netflix. Speaking of Netflix, so they have a new Netflix. They have a couple of new exclusive series. They have the Unbreakable. Keith, you can come back. Keith.
I'm back.
So they have the Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, which I've seen a couple of episodes. They're going to have Daredevil. There was like 7 or 8 new series that they're going to come out with this year exclusively on Netflix. Do you guys enjoy the exclusive series? I mean, do you think it's working for them? Do you think they're having a lot of success? I mean, they've got House of Cards already. Keith loves that.
Mm-hmm. So is the question, is the exclusivity a good thing?
Well, yeah. I mean, like we already talked about how Powers is not probably going to work because it's on PlayStation. But I mean, do you find yourself not wanting to watch a show just because it's only on Netflix and you kind of have to go find it instead of, flipping to a channel when it's on?
That is not even close to a problem. Honestly, and Netflix does a really good job with at least, because I don't think I've gotten on their website in years because I have, the Netflix app installed on 4 game consoles so that just wherever I am, I can pull it up. But they do a really good job of promoting whatever new show that they've got going on. So, early, last month, there was this huge House of Cards promo right at the very top of the navigator, right? So you knew, oh, hey, I avoided the internet for a month and didn't realize that House of Cards was starting back up. So let's watch it now. Finding the content is not the problem. And honestly, I feel like Netflix is such a ubiquitous service these days. Everybody has Netflix. And it's a lot easier to afford $8 a month than it is like 20 or whatever it is for something like HBO. That it's not a matter of something like Powers, which is exclusive to PS Plus. And Netflix has a much broader audience, so I don't think it's as big of a deal where having a series exclusive to the service. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I mean, Netflix is something for everyone. PlayStation's a little more dialed down.
Yeah.
And even with HBO, like I have Showtime, so I've seen like Shameless and stuff, but I don't have HBO, so I've never seen Game of Thrones, unfortunately. But how do you feel about, the current Netflix model that they dump all the episodes on at one time?
I think that's fucking radical.
You like it?
I like it.
Yeah, I think the binge watching is the only way to go. I mean, the first 2 seasons of Arrow, I had to binge through Netflix, and now watching season 3 through DVR and having the fast forward commercials and all that crap. But this sounds so American entitled and all this, but it's a pain in the ass to fucking fast forward commercials. I mean, I just want to watch a 40-minute episode.
Through, Matt. Just power through.
Uncut. You know what I'm saying? Come on. I mean, I got to like pick up the remote every 3 minutes. I have to pick up the remote and tap on the fast forward button, then make sure to hit play before I miss too much of the show when it comes back. I just wanted to cue them up and knock them down.
Just have your 3DS on pause or something and just,
What's even like Netflix? Netflix enables the binge watching because most of the apps, if you're in a series, it'll just roll right into the next episode if you don't take an action.
Yeah, I noticed it doesn't really do the "Are you still watching?" thing anymore.
No, just if you're watching a series, it'll just start the next episode. Like, all right, here you go, watch it.
That for me,
watch it.
Like when I was watching Buffy. Like maybe after the 3rd episode, it would be like, "Are you still watching? Do you want to continue?" It's like, yes, I do. Thank you.
It's after like 3 or 5 hours. It's a long time.
And if you're watching it on your Xbox One, you get achievements, invaluable achievements just for watching.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Man, I may have to start watching on my. I know. I always watch on the Xbox.
Zero gamer score.
Yeah,
you got those achievements. Damn it.
Yeah, I did, and it was worth it. I worked really hard for it. Watch 3 episodes in a row.
Yeah, I was all about the score. I didn't really care about the number of achievements. I wanted that 6 figures plus.
Is getting that score like getting a 0 on the SATs? Like you have to do like a specific regimen of things to get it. Just like keep Netflix on the entire time.
No, Anna's right. It's like watch a certain amount of shows or this like show or that
watch
show.
Netflix once a day for 30 days straight.
Yeah, I mean they don't even really have a list. They just pop up. So some of them will be like, oh, you just launched Netflix. Oh, achievement. Oh, you watched 3 episodes. Achievement.
We need like meta games for everything now. That's just how we're so. Reliant on having multiple forms of entertainment baked into one form.
Matt just unlocked the brony achievement.
Yeah, it's like, you watch My Little Pony 10 times in the same day.
And not only that, but then you get like an affirmation that you're doing something good. Like, yay, you watched 3 episodes in a row. Good for you.
Yeah, you're sitting here rotting your brain in your house watching TV. Oh, wow.
But okay, so can I rewind like 5 minutes and talk about why I don't necessarily like binge watching stuff?
Yeah, fire away.
Okay. So I spent maybe 2 years being haggard, harangued, pestered by Brian Shea about watching Breaking Bad. And it was 2 years of, dude, like, you got to watch Breaking Bad. You got to watch Breaking Bad. You got to watch Breaking Bad. It's the best season, or it's the best show that's ever been made. And
he's right.
I would probably agree with him. Maybe. I don't know. But, okay. So what I did was I watched all 5 seasons of Breaking Bad in like 6 days.
I'm right there with you, Keith. I did that. And I don't think it was the same experience as like everyone else.
At all.
So
not at all.
I mean, there were some episodes where I'm like, oh, this is so great. And then I'm just like,
No, but that's part of the thing. Keith, you're right.
Oh, sorry.
It's sort of like some comic books you can read a single issue and some you have to kind of read like a whole handful at the same time. But I think what you're going to say is the same thing I'm going to say, is that you get something completely different depending how you watch it. Like Breaking Bad, it's kind of this slow, if you watch it week to week, it's this slow burn and you don't really see his descent into madness quite as vividly if you just sit there and binge watch the whole thing, because you see it, one episode right after the other, you just see his trajectory go way down.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. And that's exactly what I was going to say. Mm-hmm. The pacing of that show, especially with seasons 4 and 5, is one of the 3 greatest strengths that the show has. The other 2 being the performances of Bryan Cranston and Aaron Paul.
And somebody getting their eye blown out.
Yeah. All that stuff. But yeah, when you cram like 70 hours of TV into like 6 days, it stops. Like you don't get that kind of, okay, well, let's take 6 days between this 1 hour and then, oh, hey, the season's over. So it's not going to be, we're not going to see what happens for another year or 6 months or whatever, because AMC's like that and does the whole half season thing, which I hate.
Do you find that if you binge watch, you feel like maybe you won't remember anything that you watched?
No, for me, it's the opposite. If I watch it in real time, I completely forget what happened the last week. Like, what show do I always do that? Mad Men, I think, is one of those. I mean, nothing happens on Mad Men anyway. But at least, like, some of the shows, they'll give you that previously on. Yeah. At least they give you the recap.
Yeah, I mean, I've already watched Breaking Bad twice, 1 through 5, so I can't really contribute here. I guess I'm a fanboy. I mean, I don't think there's one thing wrong with that show. The first time I watched it, it was binge through seasons 1 through 4, and then I got to watch the last season live, which was nice. And I definitely agree that you do not get the slow bake, Walter's dive into infamy when you just peel through them like you would, when I got to watch the last season and it was split, like Keith said. I don't like half seasons either. But you had 8 and 8, and I love that slow boil to ultimately the finale.
Did you get frustrated when you started watching it in real time?
Yeah, because I didn't want to wait. I mean, I was like, all right. Like Keith said, the pacing, especially season 5. I mean, there's a lot of shit was happening. You get that flash forward at the beginning that you're just like, oh, so yeah, I guess Walt's on the run. They're like, well, I want to know how he got there. And then they take you back in time and you see how him and, Hank finds him out and all this shit. But like I said, I've already watched the show twice, 2 times through, and I'm planning on another one to watch with the Blu-rays and listen to the commentary for every episode.
So here's a question for you. Since you like the Netflix model where they just dump all the episodes, if there was a premium that you could pay, I don't know, like $100, and you could watch like the next handful of episodes, would you do it? Like if it was Breaking Bad, the last season, you could pay $200 for the whole season.
And that's on top of my cable bill already?
Yeah. It's like something through AMC or something.
So like the Sunday ticket.
Sure.
No shot.
Is there like a threshold price where you would be?
Well, I buy the Sunday ticket, so $300, but that's a full season of football, and I'm a junkie like you are, and to me that's good value.
Yeah, but you get the whole Breaking Bad season for $300.
See, Breaking Bad. It's a show. It'll live on forever. Where sports, each season is its own season, and you never know if you're going to see your team win again. So no, I could wait if I had to pay $200.
That's a lot of money.
Mm-hmm. No, but I mean, there's a point that you like. If it was $10,
but is it that you're paying that much to own the show, to just stream the show? Are there multiple shows? Like,
it would depend on the pricing model for sure. I mean, if it was reasonable, I probably would definitely consider it, because I don't like the wait. I like, I don't even know how I existed without the internet back in the day, wanting to learn stuff about Star Wars and lore and expanded universe. I want everything now. I want to consume it.
Yeah, I mean, we're kind of doing that now with Netflix. I mean, it's only $8 and you get, a whole bunch of crap to go with it. So it's not like you're paying $8 just to watch, House of Cards. You're paying $8 for everything.
I'm getting to the point, and you guys may do it now, but I need to figure out a solution besides the DirecTV because my bill is $180 a fucking month.
Shit.
No.
I mean, we're talking over $2,000 a year just for TV.
No, but you know what, Matt? I'm there with you because we pay like $165, but it's cable and it's internet. But
no, my internet's separate.
But we're thinking of completely like losing cable and doing the HBO subscription keeping internet because we have Netflix and we have Hulu
too.
Mm-hmm.
And
a lot
do
of
Amazon Prime account as well.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'm already in with half of these services, and then the Apple's getting the exclusive deal with the HBO app on TV or whatever.
I mean, it's to the point that it's like, what's the point? I mean, right now, if you're paying money for anything, it's internet, which honestly we shouldn't even be paying as much as we do for internet because at this point everybody needs it, but cable's fucking expensive. Like
it's ridiculous. I mean, my wife and I have been talking about like we need an exit strategy here because we're going, what do we honestly watch on TV besides a few select channels, AMC, the HBO, whenever Homeland's on, Showtime, but yeah, I mean, outside of Sports Center and the local channels and CW, what the hell do I need? I mean, I definitely not $180 worth of channels. I can tell you that.
I mean, and CW has an app, and they have the last 5 episodes. So,
well, there's that Sling TV now that just the app went on Xbox One, I think, this week, and you can pay as low as $20 a month to get a bunch of like the Sports Centers and the AMCs and all that. I mean,
it's interesting to see all the different options there are. I mean, granted,
it's
all these like little subscriptions, they might add up, but it's still a hell of a lot cheaper.
Not $180. Exactly. I mean, if you asked me 5 years ago if I would ever give up a cable subscription and piecemeal things or a la carte, I would be like, nah. But honestly, with the hardware and the improvements in the services, I mean, you can stream pure HD content now pretty quickly. It's not like you're waiting forever. I mean, I've been getting into the digital HD early releases through iTunes now. I mean, you can get movies a month or more before the Blu-ray, and it's like, well, I might as well just get it here.
But not for $300.
It still looks good. Yeah, exactly.
Is there a threshold that you would get rid of Netflix? Like if it's, I don't know, $30 a month.
I already waste money with it. I still get discs, and I probably watch a disc once every 4 months. I just let it sit there on my table like an asshole. I mean, it's a straight up asshole.
Well, I mean, and even if you want to, even if you want that feeling of having a movie physically in your hand and like putting it in your Xbox One or your PS3 or whatever your Blu-ray player is, I mean, there's always Redbox too. I mean, it's like $250 to rent the Blu-ray for like.
You're right, because I've been having an internal dilemma this week, and again, this is white people problems here, people. But I'm like, man, I could get Interstellar right now for $20 through iTunes.
That's like a physical copy owned movie. That's
right,
not
exactly.
Not digital.
So you get me, okay? All right, you get me then, because I was like, what? Nah, I got to wait till the 31st.
Yeah, yeah. We're the same way.
See, okay, well, I feel good about myself.
Yeah, there's certain things.
Yeah, like Theory of Everything, Birdman, I'm fine buying digital. But, my sci-fi geeky stuff, I think I still want that
physical
that's a good
stuff.
one to have.
Yeah. That movie, though, that was something else.
Which one?
Interstellar. That movie was just...
I loved it.
Anyways.
I still haven't seen it.
It helped that I got to watch it with Nolan in the cast.
Yeah, that's just like a whole different experience.
Just gonna throw that out there, people. Just gonna throw that out there.
Nice name drop.
Yeah.
Chilling at Hyde Park with Lithgow, how we do it.
He's still his Trinity.
Dexter.
Trinity
I knew
Dexter.
I knew right where you were going. I mean,
like that's up
one
there.
of the most brilliant villains on that show. Probably one of the better seasons. And then, man, that show really took a dive. Holy shit! I mean, that the finale. Really, the last 3 seasons were garbage.
I love season 7.
What?
The end?
No.
the last 2 episodes of season 7 sucked, but the build up to that with I don't know. I thought the whole Hannah McKay thing was really interesting, and I thought Isaac Serco was one of the more kind of neat characters that Dexter had to deal with, because it was actually somebody that was like as smart and competent as him.
Well, I mean, the thing I would wish that they would do is if they could redo it all over again, they should put the plot from season 2 as the last season, where Dokes finds out that he's the Bay, the Bay Harbor butcher.
Yeah, I did feel like they blew their load pretty early.
Like Dexter's whole thing about him getting caught, and then he, is able to thwart Dokes. Like that should have been the final season. That would have been awesome.
Yeah, that was a pretty awesome
my favorite
moment.
Season, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, well, I guess we should all get off our asses and start writing scripts.
Be proactive about it. I like it.
Yeah.
I like the one with Colin Hanks and Edward James Olmos.
Mm-hmm. The little cult.
Yeah, that little cult thing. I like that because I thought, for a while it was him, but then it really wasn't. He was dead and he had his body in a freezer. I was like, oh, okay.
EJO, he made his debut on, he's making it next week on S.H.I.E.L.D. Yeah.
So can you name say your top 3 seasons of anything ever? Like, do you have ones picked out in your mind? Like this show, this season is like my favorite of anything.
Battlestar Galactica, all seasons. Like that's it. Enough said.
That's definitely, I mean, as nerdy as the show sounds, and I felt bad. I felt like I was kind of going against my own kind. I was like, I'm not going to watch Battlestar Galactica. It's on Sci-Fi, but then when it came to Netflix, and I was like, I'll give it a try. And holy hell. I mean, oh my God. That was a binge watch for me. That was like, ba, 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 ba. And I read blogs that were like, no, you got to watch it in this order, because some of the TV movies tell stories that are actually in the past.
Season.
And now you can't find the fucking box set on Blu-ray for under like $150.
Oh, man. What episode was it?
Just get rid of cable and get the box set.
I actually
just make your trade-off.
Dude, I could buy another house with the way my cable bill goes. Like I said, we're talking 2G.
What is it? The collector's edition of Battlestar, when it came out on Blu-ray, that it has the Cylon.
You don't have the Majora's Mask limited edition?
You motherfucker.
And I have my Toys R Us exclusive Cylon figure. Like, when I say I'm obsessed with that show, like, I'm obsessed. I went to MegaCon one year. It's like the con that we have here. And it was like the final season was airing, and it was Trisha Helfer and oh my God, James Callis. And Trisha Helfer in person is like the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my life.
Speaking of her, and we're on one hell of a tangent here, but did anyone watch what was it, Ascendant or Ascendance?
Hey, when I said all things small screen, I meant it.
I mean, that was the show that was on over the summer. It was like a 3-episode miniseries, and she was in it, and I really liked it.
I have the episodes on our DVR.
it's definitely worth watching at some point in time, for sure.
But yeah, that's mine, Battlestar. All 4 seasons.
I've never seen Battlestar Galactica.
Dude, you have to watch it.
I'm going to have to now. I'm telling you. I've been looking for a show.
I'm telling you, as dorky as it sounds, it really is a good show.
And that's kind of like what kicked off a lot of like good TV too. Like,
what's better, that or Firefly?
Well, Firefly is like...
See, man, I can't get into that shit, and I know that's sacrilegious. Dude, I love Serenity, the movie, but the TV show was bunk.
Firefly, Out of Gas, best episode.
You know what we should do?
Fuck Mal.
You know what we should do since it's March? We should do like a 64 TV show bracket.
Holy hell, that's a lot of shows, dude.
Oh, that would be pretty good. Well, I mean, Firefly, you would have to put it against, like, I mean, because it's only 1 season, so you can't really, I don't know.
You put up against every other great TV show that Fox canceled after 1 season.
Yeah, let's hope Gotham's in that list.
You could probably put that against Dollhouse or something. I don't know. I didn't watch all of Dollhouse. That was like, what, 3 seasons?
They did that Terminator show too, right?
Yeah.
I think that was 2 or 3 seasons.
kicked off Lena Headley or Headley's career, sort of. Mm-hmm. I mean, she wasn't really known over here in the States, at least. Cersei.
Yeah.
Or whatever her character was in that stupid, awful 300 sequel.
Yeah, she was. She was reprising her role from the first one. She was like Queen something.
Oh God, really? I haven't seen. 300
I mean, that's Leonidas's. Yeah, that's Leonidas's woman.
Yeah. What else? That would be interesting.
Yeah, so we'll wrap. We'll bring this to a head, and everybody will say their Netflix binge watch recommendation. How about that? You pick one show that you're pretty sure, or you're completely sure is available on Netflix. Everyone has to binge watch it.
I already know mine.
Battlestar, Bears, Beats,
Parks and Recreation. That one.
Yeah, I would do that. I used to love sitcoms, but I haven't really, since How I Met ended, I haven't really picked up a new one.
You know what the stupid thing is about that show? I called it from like the beginning of that season. I said, this is how it's going to end. And then everyone said, no, there's no way. And then I was right.
Yep.
Winner, chicken dinner. All right, I guess I'll go. Shit. I'd say anything from AMC, honestly, or The Arrow. You got at least 2 seasons on there. Mm-hmm. I mean, it starts a little slow, but I'm digging it now.
Yeah, that's 2 seasons of network television.
Yeah, so that's 23 episodes a pop. So you're well taken care of with that one.
Keith, what's your pick?
Mine, I don't know. I would have to go. My recent obsession was Sons of Anarchy. I freaking loved that show, and the final season was a huge downer for me.
Yeah, I'm glad I didn't invest that time into watching the show either. So,
but oh my God! But seasons 1 through 6 just got better and better and better and better. It was awesome, but also just for like a quick 4-season blast through. Aaron Magruder's The Boondocks is my jams, and I've been watching that again recently. So,
is that a cartoon?
Yes, yeah, and it's actually based in like my backyard. Pretty much, Woodcrest is based off Columbia, Maryland.
Got ya.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I got some homework to do, I guess. I'll have to find some time to fit that in.
Oh, wait. I can update mine. Attack on Titan. That's what I should have said.
Good pick.
Did you, not that I know anything about that show or series, but did you see, like, from Japan, the live action leak today a little bit?
Wait, what?
Yeah, they're making a live film adaptation of it, and like some,
like a live,
and they did a trailer. They have a trailer or some footage or something. That thing looks amazing. And then they have an exhibit coming to Universal Studios in Japan where they have like lifelike figures. I mean, and they look like, oh wow, so creepy.
Yeah, I mean, just looking at the character design, do you think that movie's going to be like rated R or something? I mean, I don't know the source material, but knowing anime. Yeah, I mean, knowing anime, it's got to be over the top violent.
Yeah,
so.
I mean,
dude, it is like, some dark, violent shit.
Yeah, I mean, that first episode. I mean, I say it all the time, but that first episode is probably some of the darkest stuff like I've seen. And even when I was at PAX, like my backpack was Attack on Titan, and one of the PR people that I was talking to, they were like, "Is that Attack on Titan?" And we kind of went on this tangent about the show, and I'm like, yay, somebody else watches it. They get it.
Are you kidding me? I mean, come on. Now that you've been the one, Anna, I mean, that's like the haven for our type of people.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, anyone that likes the stuff we do, whether they're super geeky, passionate, or just casually into it, that's where you're going to find them. Cons and video game conventions.
I was definitely home amongst my people. I was like, this is awesome. But yeah, I mean, it was cool that like 2 people were just like, oh, Attack on Titan. That's cool. That's
high five.
Yeah. So you should definitely watch that too.
All right, your turn, Justin.
I picked Dexter. I just made it through seasons 1 through 4 not that long ago, and that's.
Are you sure you want to continue?
No, I'd say watch 1 through 4 and then just quit.
No, I mean you pretty much are right, honestly, because it kind of gets a little
like you could go to season 5 just to see how things kind of resolve a little bit because of the shit that happens in season 4 with Trinity. But then that's it. That's all you need.
Yeah.
After that, it just kind of goes off the rails. Of course, it has, oh my God, what's his name? Johnny Lee Miller as Jordan Chase in season 5.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But his apex was Hackers, so.
Wasn't he doing Sherlock now?
Yeah.
Elementary.
Oh, yeah,
that's
Elementary. Yeah.
No, Sherlock is Cumberbitch.
That's my man. Benny and what's his name? Martin Freeman.
Bilbo Baggins.
Mm-hmm. It's Bilbo and Con.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's Bilbo and Doctor Strange.
Or that. Yeah.
Or that one dude who was in the porn in Love Actually and Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
Or Dr. Alan Turing.
Ooh, good one.
But no one watched The Imitation Game.
No.
Bridge too far, Matt. Bridge too far.
No. But I knew where you were going with it. I was following.
So you've heard everything we've had to talk about tonight. We've talked about things like powers. We talked about spoilers and shit that happens on The Walking Dead. We went on this down the rabbit hole tangent for things that you need to watch on Netflix. You have our recommendation. You have our 2 cents. Of course, 10 Bensons will say that translates into like 0.0001 quid or pounds or whatever their currency is.
Yeah, it'd definitely be a quid.
Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, it's the currency's the translation's a little off. But there's plenty of that. There's plenty of us talking about all this stuff. As Matt said, Entertainment Buddha is the hub in bold, italicized, underline, the hub for all things geeky. So speaking of entertainmentbuddha.com, you can follow everybody who's been on this podcast at Anna. Plug your social hubs.
At Febzilla on Twitter. I talk about random stuff. Follow me. Done.
And you were just at PAX East, so you got plenty of
oh yeah,
plenty of memories.
I still have so much content to put out from PAX East. So as a matter of fact, just keep on coming to Entertainment Buddha because I'm gonna keep pushing stuff out for you.
Keep on trucking, Matt.
Yes, sir.
Social.
I was filming Pete the Cat playing with Claptrap.
Prickly Pete.
He's literally digging under my monitor trying to pull Claptrap out. No, so you get me at Matt R. Haywood, MattrHeywood. Yes, I have to spell that because no one can spell Haywood for some reason. Then you got at Ant Buddha. You just go to entertainmentbuddha.com, hit up the follow us section, and fucking follow us. Thank you.
Yep. What he said.
That's how you warm them up, Keith. I mean, that's how you bring them in.
How do you follow that?
Man, I have a week closed now.
Come on, step it up.
You just be like, Keith, suck my dick.
Get his power.
Yeah, no, I'm at KW Matthias. Get some.
What? That actually was better, dude. That was better.
It was tough to follow after Matt kicked the doors off of it.
Yeah, right. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Get some.
But that's another episode of the Entertainment Buddha Tubecast where we talked about everything, literally everything that is related to the small screen. And as Matt said, fucking follow us on entertainmentbuddha.com.
Woo!
It's all there because we make you a better geek, one post at a time. Nailed it.
See ya.
Bye.
Peace.
Turn the channel.